Hi, everyone. Welcome to Leadership in Action, the podcast where we explore the people, practices, and perspectives driving impactful change across industries. I'm your host, Amrita, Chief Projects Officer, and I'm joined by my dear colleague, Ms. Tatiana Elcock, Chief Training Officer of Action Invest Caribbean Inc. With a proven track record in educational development, training facilitation, and business for that matter, Tatiana leads one of the most robust training departments, helping professionals develop the skills, mindset, and systems to grow. So please, let's welcome Ms. Tatiana Elcock. What's one word, Tatiana, that describes your personality?
I definitely think that word would have to be determined. I think that oftentimes, I think for anyone in any role, you usually come across or you have to face challenges in that role. But of course, I think ultimately for you to overcome any challenges, being determined to actually, put yourself forward, do whatever it takes to not just see it as a challenge, but something that you need to overcome in order to get access to a newer possibility or opportunity. So I would definitely have to say determined is a big one for me. And yeah, I think having that kind of mindset is really important within our company, especially. And I'm really happy for the opportunity to even be here and, showcase my efforts and my abilities in my role.
Excellent, Tatiana. I have to agree that you are very determined. Tell me more about how determination shows up in your role every day.
I would say that with my role, for sure, determination is something that's necessary because, well, a big part of my role means that I'm responsible for overseeing the training that we do with other companies. And in doing so, what I find is that with my role, I usually need to not only engage companies to let them know that, hey, we're here to assist you. We offer training for your staff. We can help your staff to either develop skills that they may be lacking or just allow them to further improve skills that they may already possess. And what I do find that is that in some cases, companies may not realize how important training their team is. And sometimes they think maybe just internal training is sufficient. So I feel like determination definitely comes into play because I usually need to help them think it through, understand how these trainings can help not only benefit their staff and companies by extension, but also it can benefit their customers, their clients, and the other people that they serve as well.
Excellent. And tell us about a moment that made you feel really proud to be at Action Invest.
I feel like almost every day is a day for me to be proud of being a staff at Action Invest. However, I think if I'm to focus on the more recent, well, not really more recent, but the biggest moment for me that I felt really proud to be working at ACI is when we first launched IBC. I knew that it was somewhat a new business conference to Guyana, and previously there wasn't one that really existed that was providing the similar nature that IBC provides. We had a lot of good reviews from the introduction of that conference in Guyana, and being at the forefront with the team to actually execute and make something like that possible. It felt really good for me to be with a team that can execute something that was so magnificent that almost all of the attendees felt like this was really an excellent opportunity for them, and I was happy to be able to play a role in benefiting and helping those persons to get that experience.
Great. And if your job were a superhero role, what do you think that would be?
Superhero role.
Or what would your special ability be?
I think my special ability may have to be laser eyes. And the reason for that, I'm going to put it into the context of my work. A lot of what I do requires me to be detail oriented, so I can quickly pick up on things that other persons may not have initially noticed. And I think that really adds a lot of value to the work that I provide as well. So definitely I'd have to say laser eyes, and I'm happy to have those kind of eyes.
And I understand that all superheroes, they have their kryptonite as well. What do you think your kryptonite might be?
Oh man, this is a good one. I think my kryptonite would definitely have to be that to some extent, I usually take some time, it takes me some time to process information before I'm able to actually execute on a task. So definitely I am the type of person that knows, okay, this is something I need to get done, it's going to get done. But because I get so caught up in wanting things to be accurate and so thorough that I don't make any mistakes, it usually takes me some time to make sure that I have everything that I need before making decision or taking that action.
I see, and that can be a strength in itself as well.
Yes.
And what originally attracted you to join ACI? What has made you stay too?
I think definitely what attracted me to joining the company, well, I'll be frank, to be honest. Um, I started the company almost 6 years ago now, so I was just out of high school at that time. I was really just looking for any opportunity to get a job at that point in time. However, after joining the company, of course, basically all of my work experience has been here because this is my first job and I've been here since. I think definitely what has led me to stay is the fact that I work with people who are willing to empower others. And they do so through education mainly. And I feel really good to be around people who support me, my personal journey as it relates to me developing my studies and just pushing me to not only become better at my career, but become a better person as well. So definitely that's why I'm still here.
Beautiful response. And what's one thing that people would be surprised to know about you outside of work?
Whew, something that people would be surprised to know about me outside of work. I want to say the answer to this would be that I really enjoy watching Korean dramas. I feel like this is a nerdy thing to say, and I know that persons might be side eyeing me, especially because in order for me to watch K dramas, I don't usually use the English version, so I would just read subtitles. And I think I have gotten so used to watching K dramas that I even know a few words. So maybe you could say that I know Korean a little on the side.
See you in Seoul, Korea.
Yes. I'm thinking to book a trip there maybe next year.
Fair enough. And if you could lead a national project in Guyana that you think would make a tremendous impact, what would that be and why?
All right, so because this is something that would complement my role as the Chief Training Officer, I definitely think a project that I would like to lead would be specifically centered around training. And when I say that, I basically mean, and I know that a lot of persons would know that in Guyana, a lot of our citizens, whether that's public sector or private sector, we do notice that there is a significant need for training, especially as it relates to customer service or basic professional etiquette. So I would like to do something that allows us to partner with the government to maybe first start delivering training to those public servants who specifically have to deal with a lot of persons coming in. So whether that's GRA or similar agencies, just to help them to learn how to respond to persons when they come in and treat everyone with respect and de-escalate situations that may require that, because I know as a people we are very strong and opinionated, and at times if we feel like we're being wronged, we're going to be very loud about that. And I also have observed that in some instances public servants may not handle those situations with the level of professionalism that's needed. So definitely I would like to be able to be awarded the opportunity to provide that level of training on a large scale, not only to target the public servants, but the public private sector workers rather, who are client facing or have to deal with a lot of customers on a day-to-day basis.
I can appreciate that. I see that that is a truly practicable solution in training, and thank you for having such a great vision. What is the biggest lesson that you've learned in your role so far?
The biggest lesson that I've learned in my role so far? That's an excellent question, Amrita. I would say for me, my biggest lesson is that, well, what I can say is I am 24. Well, actually, no, I'm 23. I'm about to be 24 this year. And as someone who's in a leadership role and this young as well, I usually kind of have like a deep rooted sense of fear of the kind of action that I need to take when it comes to leading my team. But definitely something that I've learned over the past 2 years or so is that I deserve to be where I am because I've put in the amount of work and effort that's required. I've done my studies, I have the experience, and I'm qualified enough to be in the role that I am. What I have learned is, and I think this is something that others can benefit from, especially if you're young and you're in a leadership role, don't ever feel like you don't deserve to be there just because you might be working with persons that are older than you. It's really good to, in my case, work with a team who supports the visions that I not only have for myself, but also support me in achieving other things that I want and providing me with the amount of support that I need to also improve my leadership skills and be better at my role.
That is such an excellent takeaway, Tatiana, and something that I believe our peers can take away such tremendous value from. Imagine that it's 10 years from now and you've achieved your biggest dream. What does that look like?
So one of the things that I really like about being in the role that I am is I get to play a major role in helping persons understand how the kind of support services that we offer here can not only help them to improve maybe their staff's ability, but it can also improve the what the company does and how they're able to deliver to their clients as a result of that. And I would want to say that in 10 years, I would like to be in a place where I feel fulfilled about all of the efforts that I would have put in to help that become a reality for others. Um, Becoming a trainer is also something that I'm really passionate about doing in the future as well. So that's also a personal goal that I have for myself. And in 10 years, that's something I can see myself doing. Also traveling to other countries, being able to provide that level of training for their staff as well. And yeah, definitely, I think that would be my response to the question.
Great. And if you had to swap jobs with someone else on the team for one day, who would it be and why?
It's interesting that you asked this question because if I had to swap jobs with anyone, it would be you. I find that your role is so cool. You get to do research, you get to do amazing podcasts like this, do a lot of video recordings and those kind of things. And it requires you to be more of a forefront of the company and do a lot of speaking engagements, MC for major events that we have, which I think are all super cool. And it demonstrates that, you know, you're not afraid to say or be in a role that requires you to speak up and be confident and say whatever it is that you have to deliver. You always show up, and I am also super proud of you. I think you've grown throughout the years that we've been working together, and I think, like I said, your role is super cool. So I think why not?
Couldn't be more appreciative. Thank you so much for the
You're welcome.
And we've got a speed round, so you'll give me a one-word answer to each of these 5 questions. Are you ready for it?
All right, the pressure is on.
Great. Do you have a childhood pet?
No.
Favorite song?
I don't. Oh my God. Okay. I think it has to be Burning Blue by Mariah the Scientist.
Ah, that's a good one. That's a good one. A car that you'd like to have?
I would like to have a Honda Vezel. Maybe 2018 more specifically.
A hobby that you really enjoy?
A hobby that I really enjoy. I don't know if this is a hobby, but I like going to the gym.
That counts. And finally, dream destination.
I really, really, really want to go to Dubai.
Ah, I see.
It just seems so exotic, and I can't wait to have my experience there.
I love it. Excellent choices, Tatiana. And I learned so much from you today. It was such a pleasure connecting with you. And I really appreciate your deep expertise and passion for building capacity, not only in Guyana. I see that you want to do this throughout the Caribbean. And it was a truly enriching discussion. So thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Excellent. And thank you, our guests, for tuning in to Leadership in Action. So if you found value in today's conversation, don't forget to subscribe and share this episode with your network. And stay tuned for more stories of transformation, innovation, leadership across the Caribbean and beyond. So until next time, keep leading with purpose.